Focus. Architect. Innovate. Enable.
Last week we showcased 8 teams who were put to the test to secure a spot in the grand finale. This week we reveal to you the top 8 contenders who made it to the pinnacle, that is, the grand finale of the Mahindra War Room 2015. The CEO's round at Mahindra War Room witnessed some of the finest ideas put forth by some of India's talented young minds.
This particular segment alone has grown about 23% in 2013.
Only focusing on those states where the Mahindra Samriddhi equity is at its highest. By year 2018 will reach 1,041 crores.
With the theme Infinite Possibilities, teams ensured that their path to success would be clear.
The main idea is that we are always looking for alternative thinking. We are always looking for fresh approaches. And here are people with bright minds who have a different view of the world, and they can come and tell us things about our problems which we are not aware of or which we have not noticed. So it is this process of interacting to get fresh ideas.
Next in line to put on the fight was the team the Quark and the Jaguar, who challenged the jury members with their own fair share of observations.
Now there is only one player in the premium scooter segment, which is Piaggio scooters, and it sold close to 30,000 units last year.
Our presentation was about Piaggio's India entry strategy. So we covered in the entire value chain and all the aspects of the launch strategy, like marketing, operations, as well as the financials. The first one, Speed by 3, will have a positioning of the French beat. The word French will take care of the style quotient, and the word beat will give it an image of a fast-moving vehicle.
Why not effect an exchange?
They ultimately end up
Objectively strategizing their every move was Team Zealots, who, irrespective of their competition, stuck only to their guns.
Research, planning, and then booking.
We did a case on Club Mahindra vacation ownership marketplace, and we came up with a model to disrupt the existing system, challenging the status quo.
The online space is not only used for booking, it's also used for research, planning, and then booking. So 50% of the people we talk to choose destination based only on online research.
The jury questions were not too hard. One of them probably we had to think a little bit, but I don't think there were hurdles that we couldn't cross.
The last card that they play is, okay, let's give you 10 years as opposed to 25.
Right now you define it for what you have, and that's great, that's fine. What else can happen on the marketplace?
So through the marketplace, first and for all, we're not offering anything new.
What else?
Currently, I think the extent of what
we are trying to bring alive is that there is an ecosystem of members who don't want to take holidays, but there is also a growing ecosystem of members who want to take more holidays. So this and this can actually be very simply exchanged, and both can be happening.
The Mahindra War Room has always been known for its ability to tap excellent knowledge, with teams picking on each tiny seed, ensuring that it will crop up a bright future. This year as well, teams put up a strong front to ensure that their defences would not be tackled by the exacting jury.
Our presentation was good. We got into the details. We talked about expansions. We talked about offline, online, apps, promotions. The questions they asked were more or less on the lines that we expected, and we could defend most of it.
From my perspective, I did not get a sense how will you be able to move beyond price.
So through our presentation, what we wanted to explain essentially was that we want to build an ecosystem whereby a customer is engaged with Baby Boy initially, and then this translates into sales.
Our team name is WARPEX. Basically, our presentation was on the Mahindra Saboro agribusiness unit. So we had to come up with a complete strategy.
In channel strategy, we have taken into account mostly retail marketing because we believe that it will be more feasible.
This was one of a kind experience for us. We have never been something through like this, but the judges were we think they like the solution, but then it's up to them.
So how are you going to manage this marketing mix
so that the brand is known for fresh fruits.
So the packaging has to be minimalistic. It has to incorporate colors like yellow, which Subaru is already using, as well as warmer colors like red and orange.
We are Team Blitzkrieg from I Am Rachi. We just presented the case Saboro of Mahindra.
One of the major consumer insight that we got was consumer wants to have their shopping experience by staying at home. So what we already said that we will present it in an app.
Probably the added advantage that we had as a team, we had an holistic understanding of the entire business, and we stepped ourselves in Mahindra's shoes and we tried to implement this business on our own.
As a platform, the Mahindra War Room is known for drawing out the best talent. This year, however, the talent was not restricted to campuses within India. Teams from China and Korea participated in the competition as well.
We are Korea YST. We are doing our presentation about Sangyong Motors.
Mahindra acquired Sangyong in 2011, and of course there has been some synergy achieved on various levels between the two companies, the mother and the acquired company.
Our presentation was basically the flow that we followed when we established our strategy, looking at the financial position, then looking at trends.
Sangyong need to integrate their big data analytics into their strategic planning, as well as manage their shorter product and service cycles with software and technology updates.
We did our best. They asked some very good questions. They really tackled us on points that I wouldn't say lacking, but maybe a little loops, they figured them out, so we will see. We hope for the best.
We are helping Mahindra to enter into China EV markets. Disposable income level, we can say that more and more Chinese consumers can afford to buy a EV. So we don't want to sell the cars who cannot afford the EV. And this disposable income level is climbing.
Strongly believe that our solution gonna give a valuable contribution in Mahindra, and then also we hope this experience is gonna valuable contribution our future career.
Why will a Chinese company want to joint venture with Mahindra?
They want to improve their quality, they want to improve their technology, so they have to cooperate with other technology companies, other car companies. We spend a lot of time on searching information online. Through the process, we find Mahindra is very huge and powerful company in India. So we feel very lucky and thrilled to work for Mahindra.
Coming up, the quest to revealing the top 8 finalists of the Mahindra War Room 2015 comes closer. Stay tuned.
Focusing on the technologies and capabilities that Mahindra has of now.
Particular segment economics growth.
Economic factors, population, management, resource.
The CEO round of the Mahindra War Room drew to a close as the final set of teams presented their strategies to the jury.
It will try to elicit a sense of independence and inspiration from the buyer.
We are Team Kaboom and we are from IIM Calcutta.
India's main exporters are New Zealand, Iran, Vietnam, Chile, Thailand, while we export to UAE, Saudi, Oman, Kuwait.
I think our presentation went well. Judges were particularly interested about some of the operations aspects that we mentioned, and also the way we went about the product, and not concentrating too much on the other things as well.
Did you look at the option of being an international player with just one fruit?
Although the Shubla business has been a success, globally the competition is very high, and it is not just Shubla that is exporting to EU and other countries. There are many other players who are catering only to the export market rather than to the domestic market.
The main thing that I think differentiates Mahindra War Room from other competitions is, this is perhaps the only competition that where you can see your strategy being implemented in case it is selected or in case it is judged the best.
We are team NH2468 from IMT Ghaziabad, here to present our business idea on Saboro.
Our approach was actually a consumer-centric approach. We had taken and we had split the market as per the consumers' behavior of buying, their buying pattern, where they buy from, and then looking, can we serve them better and can we serve them directly instead of going through the traditional channels? Can we create better channels which Mahindra can directly approach?
Away from home and at-home market development, direct sourcing from farmers to ensure quality, cold chain development and technology integration to better match supply and demand, direct delivery to retailers, and finally a 360-degree marketing plan involving all stakeholders.
We grilled a little, they asked a couple of questions, but we were able to answer all of them.
We
had to come up with an entry strategy for Peugeot in the Indian market. So it's a two-wheeler scooter brand that they're trying to introduce in India.
After my fair with the Peugeot brand, we'll be presenting the solution to Peugeot's entry strategy into India. So basically the Indian two-wheeler market is growing at a rate of 14.8% and 25% of this is catered by the scooter segments. And in this particular segment alone has grown about 23% in 2013. And one of the radical changes that happened in this segment is its transformation in perception from uncle's vehicle to a new and trendy vehicle, which is preferred by the youth. I think the presentation went on pretty well. So the questions they asked were kind of, they had some clarifications on the method we used.
Passion, art and individuality are three aspects. Now, when I saw your launch strategy, I was wondering which is the customer you are aiming at, because a fashion week and a roadies and the heritage tours are fairly different segments of audience.
What the three aspects of a launch strategy is doing is aiming at these three primary things. The fashion week is obviously looking at the catering to the fashion part. Art will be through the heritage tour, appealing to their finer senses and sensibilities. And for the individuality part, where you want the cool and trendiness to come out, that is where we look at roadies.
The case has like integration of the different groups of the smart city program, which you will see at the side over here, to form a new smart city vehicle.
The topic that we covered was real estate, and we were looking at the greenfield opportunities in the smart city divisions.
We look at three different factors, which are economic factors, population management, resource distribution. Where with economic growth, we say that cities are the main places where
we worked really hard on this, and I think all the other teams must also have done so. But it was a really good 3-month experience for us. So we did our best today and we learned a lot. So it was a good experience for all of us for the past 3 months. So now let the best team win.
Why would people move into the smart city? Move there to find a job and live there.
If you look at the cities in USA or cities in Europe, you can see people adopting more of public transportation. People who are adopting practices where they cycle, where they walk more than they used to before. So there is a shift in advanced countries.
Our team name is PPO Humko Dede Thakur and our college is JBIMS.
As we had read through, around 20% from all the apples that are sourced from a particular part, only 20% are actually available to be sold as under the Saboro brand. So that obviously shows that sourcing is tough.
So our presentation was about Mahindra's agri-business, the fresh food brand Saboro, and how to develop it into a 1,000 crore brand by 2020. So we gave solutions on what will be the feasible way to go forward.
Wasn't there some discussion in the team about some inorganic strategies for sourcing?
So then develop a brand Saboro outside India as well as within India. After that, we can obviously have like better optimization in terms of sourcing from within domestic as well as international market.
Ours was a very aggressive business model. They might, it is completely extreme. They might really like it or they might completely reject it.
We are Do Ram Mein, Do Gam Mein from MBI Gurgaon.
We were working on the case that was given on Mahindra two-wheelers and bringing Peugeot to India.
While analyzing the industry, we see that scooters have grown rapidly over the past 5 years. And in the future as well, scooter segment is projected to grow at 13 to 50% CAGR until 2020.
The questions were quite tough, but I think we have been able to give them a reasonable answer, and we are quite confident with our answers.
It would be done through the app. So the app would give us the number of vehicles which are there in the vicinity, leveraging on the Smart Shift app.
We were asked to come up with an entrepreneurial idea in logistics that could help Mahindra venture into e-commerce logistics.
You have time frames that are defined for collection and further crediting that money into the account of the e-commerce company or the entity to which it is supposed to go to.
We thought our idea was good. The judges seemed impressed, but and we were also scrutinized. Overall, it went well.
With the last presentation out of the way, it was up to the jury to deliberate over the proceedings of the day and make the tough call of selecting the top 8 finalists. Coming up, we reveal to you the top 8 teams who made the cut and also a sneak peek into the grand finale of the Mahindra War Room 2015. The stage has been set and the finalists have been determined. The time has come for the teams to put their game face on as the Mahindra War Room 2015 enters the grand finale. The Mahindra War Room platform draws the best minds handpicked specially by a knowledgeable panel of jury members. From the campus evaluation round to the CEO's round and now the grand finale, the top 8 finalists of the Mahindra War Room 2015 are yours truly from NMIMS Mumbai, Zealots from Mica, Korea YST from Yonsei Business School, South Korea, Filter Kapi from IIM Bangalore, Lady Targaryen and 3 Dragons from SCMHRD Pune, NH2468 from IMT Ghaziabad, Simple Fellas from IIM Lucknow, and Trichy Topiwale from IIM Trichy. Inching in closer to winning the title of the Mahindra War Room 2015 champions, teams had to present their case studies to some of the pioneers of the Mahindra Group, some of whom picked on every fundamental spot which were tough to nail.
Let's start with the...
Presenting first was team yours truly from NMIMS Mumbai, who irrespective of the clutter had their goal in sight.
Yours truly, NMIMS Mumbai.
We spoke to 14 respondents and our whole survey revolved around 3 basic aspects.
So we chose the case of Club Mahindra, and what we were required to do is to disrupt its business model.
About the quality of the resort, so almost all the members told that they got the quality of the resort was good. And about the holiday time utilization, so 64% member told that they preferred sightseeing. So this was a major opportunity for Mahindra to focus on. So what are the new travel trends that are coming up? There are OTAs, managed stay workplace, last minute booking and trip advisory companies are coming up. So this space is becoming competitive, and if Club Mahindra wants to stay in this space, they have to surely solve all the problems of members. So we have classified the problems into 3 basic attributes. One is the basic attributes, that is the must-haves. These include the booking problem and the quality of the resort. Next is the performance attributes, which includes the food and beverages and after-sales services. And last is the excitement wow factor, which includes in-resort experience and the simplified RCI process.
We showed the customer problems that they are facing, and we proposed a whole new point system for the Club Mahindra. It needs to be replaced with something which is more flexible and transparent, like point-based timeshare model. Under this model, what we do is, every year we give a fixed number of points into our member's account, and as that member holidays with Club Mahindra, the number of points keep on reducing. The major highlights of this system are, first of all, we take the seasons chart as is now prepared by Club Mahindra and replace that chart with the points chart, where the points reflect the importance of the resort's location, seasonality, length of his stay, and the apartment type he is choosing. All the bookings in the new system will be made on a first come first serve basis, and if the member runs out of points, he can always borrow from his next year's allocation. They seemed interested and curious because they asked a lot of questions, but then they all come with the poker faces. We have no idea how they felt like.
The question that comes to my mind is, if you go abroad into some of the resorts, they go by very specific fixed weeks. Okay? Now you are suggesting points for them, and therefore the points will take into account which are the better resorts, or Goa for example, or the type of units will also need to feature, etc. Given the complexity that you are fixing into this, what kind of problems are you foreseeing that this will throw up, and how do you plan to address it in your suggestion box?
Though they found the idea interesting, but then the questions that they asked were, we wouldn't have thought of that questions before.
So first of all, we did our research on most of the international timeshare companies like Marriott, Hilton, Wyndham, and what we found was they started off with a fixed week allocation, and then they moved on to floating, and currently they all are functioning on point system. The problems that we envisage in this is the members who belong to the highest category, purple members, they might not be willing to lose out on the exclusivity they have right now. So to get them to convert, to get them on board for this membership type, what we suggest is, we spoke to a few purple members who said like the thing that they value the most is convenience. If you can get convenience for us, then we'll be willing to switch. So that is why what we proposed was an end-to-end travel advisory service, where the member only tells you that I'll be going to this resort on these dates, and what you do is you take care of his flight bookings, his cab bookings, resorts, itineraries, food facilities, etc. So that's our strategy to get them on board. we felt like we earned that moment somehow, coming through all the various campus round, CEOs round, and we had this in us that whatever our ideas may be, but we have to present it. It might not be liked by them, might not be taken as a good way by them, but then we were very confident about our idea and we stuck to it during our presentation.
Each passing minute saw tense faces, but that didn't deter the spirit of the top 8 finalists. Next week, the Mahindra War Room 2015 continues as the remaining teams vying for the title present to the jury. Also, which team will rise to the occasion and walk home with the title of champions of the Mahindra War Room 2015, only on CNBC TV 18.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.